इसलिए आप टाइम लिमिट लगा दो, मनी लिमिट लगा दो, राइट? ये नैरेटिव जो है बहुत अपीलिंग है लोगों को. वी वांटेड टू शो, वी हैव बीन सेइंग फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम कि अब कंजम्पशन की जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है वो कंज्यूमर की होती है, राइट? अभी जैसे मैं आपको एक बात, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले हम लोग बात कर रहे थे पुराना में, दैट्स ऑल एक्चुअली सिंपल मिशन. एक बार लोगों ने हमसे रैशनल कॉन्वर्सेशन शुरू किया, देन इट बिकम्स easy for us to show them the reality of the industry. आपको छोटा एग्जांपल देता हूँ.
India's online gaming boom, EGF, E-Gaming Federation's vision for growth and regulation. India is home to 40% of the world's gamers, that is, 442 million players. But despite this huge number, India contributes just 1% to global gaming revenues. The potential? Massive. India's online gaming industry is one of the fastest growing sectors in the country, currently valued at $3.1 billion and projected to nearly triple to $8.92 billion within 5 years. Today, the E-Gaming Federation, India's leading skill gaming organization, hosted a roundtable in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, with media representatives to discuss the sector's growth, clarify misconceptions, and explore strategies to support this rapidly expanding industry. The event was addressed by EGF CEO Anuraag Saxena. His colleague Amit Sharma was also present at the event. In an exclusive conversation with BILKULONLINE, Anuraag Saxena, CEO of the E-Gaming Federation, shared valuable insights about the vital role of EGF in India's online gaming landscape. Listen in as he discusses how EGF is shaping a responsible, well-regulated gaming ecosystem, supporting the industry's growth and addressing key misconceptions about online gaming.
Well, you see, this industry is not just poised for growth; it is on a very positive growth path. If you heard Nirmala ji's statement after the last GST Council, she herself announced the industry has grown. The GST contribution from our industry has grown 412% year on year. Now 412%, as any business person or economist knows, 20-30% अगर इंडस्ट्री ग्रो कर जाए तो वही बहुत बड़ी चीज़ होती है. हमारा जो जीएसटी कंट्रीब्यूशन है वो 412% ग्रो किया है. इट्स जस्ट आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. We contribute 6,909 crores. That's almost 7,000 crores in that short period. So clearly this is an industry which is here to stay. It is contributing to our economy, contributing to jobs, contributing to the IPs that we as a nation collectively own. However, as we move forward, I think from a consumer protection point of view, as EGF, we have been urging for more regulation and stronger regulation. And I know this sounds counterintuitive because industry bodies' job is to resist regulation. But we believe that our industry prospers only when a consumer prospers, right? So I think we do need regulations for consumers. We also need a whitelist. It's shocking if you buy, a 10 rupees sachet of jam, you have an FSSAI seal behind it, but you can spend 10,000 rupees on a game and you don't know if it is on a legitimate platform or an illegitimate platform. So I think with time, and again I think it's part of the teething troubles and maturity of an industry, we hope there there are regulations and there are whitelists. So consumers know which is a safe platform and which is not. Investors know which is a good company to invest in versus which is not. Legal authorities know which is a legitimate platform and which is not. So I think a whitelist of operators would be extremely useful for us as an industry, for consumers, and for national interest. And in that order, right? In that ascending order, national interest being the most important. With these two, I think we end up getting way more investments into this sector, foreign investments, etc. And then who doesn't like more dollars coming into the country? And B, we'll see more innovation, and C, we'll see more revenues. So I think across FDI, across innovation and startups and that ecosystem and revenues, I think it's very important for us to have, as a nation, for us to have an approved list of providers for consumers, for investors, for legal enforcement officers, etc., to refer to while making rational choices. You see, so games are very interesting, right? While games are the newest form of entertainment, so there's movies, there's music, and there's games, and there's many more. So on one hand, games are the form of entertainment that the current generation is picking. But beyond that, games actually have a lot of value and a lot of educational power in them. So let me give you two examples. At EGF, we've made this game called City Quest. City Quest is an online game which teaches you how each city is performing in terms of Niti Aayog Sustainable Development Goals. So if you look at the SDGs, you have Coimbatore versus Ahmedabad versus Bhopal versus Chennai versus Delhi versus whatever. So as you play the game, you realize what is cool and interesting about each city. Now, यही चीज़ अगर आप बोलो कि आप नीति आयोग का वेबसाइट में जाके PDF डाउनलोड कीजिए, relatively fewer people will download it and read it. Same thing if it is there in a geography book, some might read, some might not read. Now that it is in a game, it's a very, it's a fun way of learning about the differences and the cool aspects of different cities. Beyond this, I think there is a huge unintentional educative aspect of games. For example, children learn motor skills, strategy skills, cooperation, competing and winning and losing. I mean, see, we live in a world where children don't learn the emotions that are associated with winning and losing, because parents, I mean, all of us as parents, right? We protect our children from anything that might cause them harm or pain or whatever it is. So a lot of our children don't even know what it is to lose. As a parent, I'm very glad that my children learn the idea of winning and how do you deal with those emotions through a video game and through a virtual reality environment where it is less harmful than losing something big in a real environment. So I think the analytical ability, the soft skills, the emotional skills, the motor skills, the strategy skills that come through video gaming. And it's one of the reasons that children today are a little more, you can say, smarter than their parents, because they've played video games right from the beginning. And as they grow up and become majors and 18 plus, then they end up playing the kind of games that we have on EGF member companies, by which time they start making choices on how to spend their attention, their time, their money, etc. on a mode of entertainment that they prefer. Hi, I'm Anuraag Saxena. I am the CEO of the E-Gaming Federation, which is the industry body for domestic skill gaming companies based out of India. EGF and its members, we make games. We have all our companies are registered in India. We make games in India. We sell in India. We pay taxes in India, and hopefully the new wave of technology, which, so we've seen many waves. We've seen the hardware wave, the software wave, enterprise solutions, social media, etc., etc. आज हम जो है we are in the world of gaming as a choice of entertainment, and hopefully through e-gaming federation we will make sure कि भारत जो है it emerges as a world leader in the world of online gaming. So I'm very happy here to be speaking with you. You see, there are two types of game legally or constitutionally speaking. One is a game of skill and one is a game of chance. A game of chance is one where your competence does not determine whether you win or lose the game. There is no connection between your skill and your chance of, of winning that game. Simple things like coin toss, roulette, etc. कुछ लोग इसको gambling भी बोलते हैं, कुछ So these are the kind of games you would find in a casino. On the other hand, you have games of skill. Games of skill वो games हैं जहाँ पे your probability of winning depends on your own skill. So if you're capable, you have a better chance of winning. If you're not capable, you have a lesser chance of winning. EGF only has game of skill companies as members, which means our member companies offer games that either a law or the judiciary has certified as being a game of skill. And we have all sorts of games. We have casual games, we have card games, we have fantasy sports, we have free to play, we have play to play, we have pay to win. So there's a wide category of games because we have a very broad cross section of types of members. I'm hoping as we go ahead, what is today only understood within legal circles कि skill क्या होता है, chance क्या होता है, game of skill क्या है, game of chance क्या है, ये distinction जो आज lawyers या judges समझते हैं, I'm hoping that an average person on the street starts understanding this difference, because it is actually dangerous to consumers, to society and the nation if people keep conflating games of skill versus games of chance and spending their time, their money, their attention over games that they have no probability of winning. And it leads to a lot of situations, unfortunate situations, which as EGF we are trying to overcome through our responsible gaming campaign, through our interventions, through our psychology help desks, through engaging with the government, etc., etc. But I think the fundamental basic understanding that needs to change is कि यार, here is a game that I can win if I become competent, and here is a game that I cannot win even if I become competent.